Hello and welcome, John and Janie. Hey, Cecil, say hello. Cecil is begging right now. He's been tapping me, pat me, pat me, pat me.
Also, hello and welcome from me. Cecil, how are you doing? Are the birds super excited? Probably not.
Oh, he's
They are not
glad to.
overreacting like some other birdies to the word rat.
No, no, they don't mind that. They haven't met this one though.
Hmm.
Seems
Oh,
pretty
Cecil.
thorough. She's going to be here in a couple hours, and her office has already called 3 times to go over all the information on the birds. So,
So, hello and welcome to Gem and Jamie. She was the first one in chat today.
I saw, I saw that. Hi, John and Janie.
Hello and welcome to all the lurkers. Great to have you here today. Welcome, Bukia Shah. He says, Cecil, beautiful. Cecil, you have fans.
Yeah,
Thanks for
he's a
coming, Bukia. And welcome,
handsome.
Falcon Sue. Falcon Sue just entered.
Hi, Falcon Sue. Hi, Both GR. I don't have a voice right now. Let me clear my throat. Yeah, we got Lucy and Pippa and Snowball hiding in the back, and Jasmine, Cecil, and Sugarbird, and KK. Yeah, Mander will sometimes come out, but he's not coming out with Snowball in here. And if he doesn't come out now, he comes out later with the Lorelei, and Sugar will still be out, and so will Jasmine, and so will Lucy. So he's happy in that crew. He's definitely not happy being around Pippa. I don't know why. She's such a cute girl. Yeah, I subtitled this "Grab the Towel" because when most people take their birds into the vet, the bird tries to go away, and you have to grab the towel and chase them around the examination room. But if you work with your bird, they'll go in and they won't have much of a problem at all. I forgot to take my throat coat.
So, welcome, Jocelyn
Awesome.
Triggle. And we just received a donation from Jamin Jamie, about $15, saying happy middle of the
Oh,
week, everybody. Thank you so much, Jamin Jamie.
thank you. And here's now I've got to try to find the video. They changed everything. The names aren't there. I think that's it. No, thank you so much. Yeah, they changed the app and they don't have the names on them now. I have to kind of figure it out from the picture, and they're tiny. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, that's not a toy. You can treat it like one, but are you proud of that? You got that? You proud of it? Hi, KK. Hey, baby boy. Yeah, we've got the vet to visit today. The doctor's coming by in around 2, so we might get interrupted by a phone call in here. They called me 3 times already, so I wouldn't be surprised. If they're going to be early, they'd call me too, so That could happen. Right, KK? Right? Yeah. Hey, that's my head you're whacking with that thing. At least it's not the sharp end. Cecil Bird. Hey, KK. Yeah, the vet visit. When I used to go in to see Dr. Young, if I hadn't been there for a while, he'd get that look on his face like, here we go, it's another bird, and then he'd realize that these birds have been trained to be at the vet, and they're just easy to deal with. This one, he's learned a lot. He knows how to open his wings. He'll open his beak for me. He lets me do a physical exam. He's not good at upside down yet, though. I'm still working on that. Cecil, now you're hitting me with the sharp end. I'm not thrilled about that. You'll also get probably a better performance of your veterinarian if your bird behaves. Your bird's going to behave if you've worked with it, so it's used to being toweled if it must be, although the only one that actually I've taken that had to be toweled was Mander, and that's because he loses his balance so much, but hey, watch it.
Has
All right.
Amanda watched too many Mr. Maxwell Bird shows?
I don't think he's seen one. They usually watch movies, or if I'm really busy, I'll put on
I
a
think
fire
we
stick.
need to show him one of the videos when Max
Ouch!
prepares for the vet. These videos are always hilarious.
Yoo-hoo. Yeah, I tossed your toy away because you smacked me in the side of the head with it. You gotta go find your new toy. Here, you liked that one yesterday. Ooh, it took the toy from me. Yeah, they're gonna look at you sneezing too, but we've already done that once. So we've done blood work, so you're okay. But, actually, Barbara Heidenreich has a video on training your bird for a vet visit, and it's excellent. I used to have it before I moved around, but basically it describes all the different behaviors that that's going to require and how you can work them into your bird's training. So, right, Cecil? So they have to be able to do things like flip the bird upside down. That's got to happen, right? So they can do a cloacal exam. Come here, Cecil. They have to be able to lift up the wings to check under the wings. They got to be able to grab under the body and feel to make sure that none of the organs are enlarged. You can see he's used to having this behavior. You don't want to spend a lot of time at it because you can overstimulate him. But hey, you got to be able to see down their throats. You got to be able to open the beak, right? And you got to be able to look at their eyes. These are all basic behaviors. These are all basic behaviors, and it looks simple, but not every bird's going to let you do what I just did. So, but getting them to open their beak, that's an important one. Getting them so you can look in their eyes, this doesn't bother them. Where you can feel down their body to make sure that everything's okay. lifting the wings. This all looks pretty simple, but this is all target training him to respond that way. And then it's not just your bird that has a better time at the vet; it's the vet that has a better time, because they don't get bit. They don't have to chase a bird around with a towel. So when I get an examination by a vet for a bird, the bird just kind of falls into those patterns. It's used to it. So. And on top of that, it makes it so that you and your bird have a better relationship. And the bird is used to being handled, so. Right, Cecil? Right, KK? Everybody else is just hanging out. Right, guys? You hanging out?
Having a good birdie time. Not knowing that the vet is already probably on its way. No, probably not. I don't think it has drive so long.
Oh, no. They're not that far from here, so, well, I don't know where she's going to be before this, but...
There will be a lot of excitement later.
Yeah, with all the... Cause is the only one that has to be fully checked out. I want CBC and a liver panel on her, even though she seems to be fine now. She seemed like she was having a reaction to Haldol. All of the other things I tried didn't seem to make a difference. Hand feeding her to keep her weight up, but when I took her off the Haldol, it was like I gave her a shot of instant food because she just gained weight immediately. I've never seen that before. So anything, birds are they're individuals and they can react different ways.
So Elian, who joined us in chat, saying, "Sorry, I'm late. I'm being held hostage by a baby. Send help." who shall we send? Bob or Baby Mander?
Yeah, that would probably Bob. Baby Mander would be kind of nervous. Bob would be like, "Oh, hi, what are you doing?"
And then we have a comment from Jocelyn Triggle. She says, "It is hormonal season, cinnamon pulling out feather and scream at same time. I looked it up online. It says it's normal."
Well, pulling out their feathers isn't normal, so whoever said that online should be slapped against the wall several times with a large trout. Pulling out their feathers is feather destructive behavior, and it's an abnormal behavior. It would be like saying if I rip my fingernails out, I'm behaving normally. You never know what's going on with their hormones because we don't actually have blood tests to check their levels of hormones. But mating behavior, if it's bringing up feather destructive behavior, then you have to treat it as feather destructive behavior. So you either, if it's mild, you can try giving them preening toys, things that they can tear apart instead of tearing into their own cells. But if it gets severe, then you have to. The only solution I've found is haloperidol. So, but yeah, it's not normal for them to pull out their feathers. Whoever said that, I've got a large trout somewhere. We'll slap them in the head with it. And it's similar to you've known, a guy or a girl when they're kids that chew their nails right down to the where it gets bloody. Well, that's not normal behavior. So birds don't pull out their feathers or chew their feathers normally. Certainly, they don't do that in the wild. Let's hope it's nothing serious.
So Kaisei joined us. Hello, Kaisei.
Hi, Kaisei. Yeah, the other thing too, when you look something up online, be careful where you're looking. If you're getting information from somebody who's not a vet, an avian vet, then you're probably getting false information. If you found it on Facebook, most of the stuff I read on Facebook is just trash. People trying to be helpful that don't know anything. Um, some of them even claim to know something, like they're supposed to be bird experts or whatever, but they've never taken a class in bird physiology. I have. Um, I'm certainly not a veterinarian. I'm not at that level, but I do know about taking classes in behavior and I take classes in physiology. So you're not going to get in my pocket. You think you're going to get in my pocket, but you're not going to. No, you're not. I'm just not making a fun day for you, am I? Are you okay down there? Am I making your day a tough day? Am I? Hmm, I don't mean to. You know I love the Cecil. I wish you wouldn't get in there. He bites moving canvas. What are you doing? Bear with me a second. I'm trying to get to my notes. The most important thing is getting them used to being handled, because the first thing a vet's going to do is start handling them. And if they're not used to it, you can see he's used to being handled. If they're not used to being handled, well, neither the vet or the bird's going to be happy, probably. So that's the first thing to focus on, just just gently holding them and manipulating different parts of their body. You want to look at a foot, you have to be able to pick up the foot and look at it. Come here. I'm going to play with your foot. He likes me to massage his foot, so that's one good way to look at it. Right, good boy? I know. I know. I'm not making your life easy. You want to play with KK, you want to ride him like he's a camel. He's not a camel. No, not a dromedary. No. You want to use toys that whack you in the head and hurt? No. You have to use other toys, ones that don't hurt. Can't hand him a toy, he won't play with it. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Poor. Are you in a mood? This is a Boo Radley day for the Cecil. KK's gotten under the second canvas. There's two canvas on here. He's underneath there. I gotta watch him because he bites canvas when it moves. Silly boy.
He's a good boy. So welcome,
yes.
Calvin Thurston. You join us in chat.
Hi, Calvin.
Our
Sugar.
daddy. What is Sugar doing?
She's whining at me. Sugar, I'm dealing with a Boo Radley boy down here. He's not that happy.
He's probably saying, but Amy said she needs sugar.
Sugar.
Mm.
Sugar. You don't want him to be unhappy. Are you okay down there, buddy? Did I bother you? Stopping you twice? You're not fond of that. I know. You're just trying to play. I know. Now I'm pointing the camera at you. You're not happy about it either. Just having one of those days, aren't you? So you can eat the vet when she shows up. No? You don't eat veterinarians? Oh, darn. So you can start with just a little bit, touching the bird just a little bit around the head, and then going down the back and touching the wing, just not making it no more than a second or two, and just build up to where you can do it for 10 seconds at a time. Or you can lift the wing for 10 seconds. First you start out by lifting it a little bit. And you lift it a little bit again. Just do a little at a time until you can finally do it for 10 seconds. But that's probably not going to do a behavior like that for more than 10 seconds. With the beak, you may have to go a little longer because when they have to get a speculum in there and look, it might take a little longer. You might work up to 15 seconds or so. But the same with upside down. Start just flip them over and like make the sound you would with a baby, wee, or something like that, until you can leave them there just a little longer, and then just a little longer until you can hold them like that for a while. By a while, I mean 10 seconds. So that's how you build up to it. Now, the way I do it is a type of targeting. I just put my finger up here, and then they raise their wings. They've been taught to do that. But you can also teach them to do it on cue, so you could just say, wings, and they'll raise their wings. Just as easy to teach them by touch to do that. Of course, the easiest one to do upside down with, Bob's good at it too, but it's Mr. Upside Down over there, the one that likes to climb on things. If I had that old net I had that I made myself, which I got left, it actually got trashed, unfortunately, because that was hard to make. But if I had that, he would be up there walking upside down on it. That's old Mr. Snowball. He's the Skywalker around here. So it's just preening now. Now, when you're turning a bird, let's see if he's not much of a mood to do this, but usually when you turn him upside down, you want him to go nose first, like this, okay? Nose first, and then to bring him back up, go back the other, just go back the same way. That's the easiest way. Thank you for showing that. I was doing it one-handed, and I wasn't even giving you any pets. That was good of you. You're a good boy. There you are. Now, if you've got a really tough customer, you can use treats, like I do with Bob. When I take him in to do his nails, he's not going to let me do them if he doesn't see the peanut butter stick. I take a craft stick, like a popsicle stick with a little bit of peanut butter on the end. He sees a couple of those sitting over there, he'll let me do his nails. But even still, he'll act like he's been hurt. Even if you don't cut much off at all, he'll do it almost every other time. He'll go, pull his foot away. He's just doing it. He's just doing it to be Bob. Sometimes he'll use his beak like he's going to bite, but he doesn't. He's a Triton. You got to expect that kind of thing, right? Right, Cecil? So sometimes you may have to, we call it baiting, but you might just call it a bribe. We call it baiting for a behavior. You're baiting a behavior by showing the reward before they do the behavior, right? And some of them, like Pippa, she doesn't like her nails done. So she has to wear a collar while I do her nails. And KK, who's hiding under there, he'll let me do his beak, but when it comes to his nails, I have to put a collar on him. It's a Velcro attached collar, so it wouldn't stay on long if it was. The only purpose for it is for me to use it for nails. So Velcro collars and large parrots. Yeah, you're kidding me. That doesn't last at all. But they have their uses. It was great with Peaches. Peaches, when you put the collar on her and start doing her nails, and she'd have a fit and act like it was the end of the world. You take the collar off, and she's like, "What are we doing now?" Like nothing happened. It was just a big game she was playing. It's her moment to be the drama queen. Another thing is making sure your bird is comfortable in the travel carrier. because no matter how much you work with them to make them calm, if you put them in a carrier that they don't like, cart them all the way to the vet, they're not going to be in a good mood when they get there. I've got a crate outside, and I could pop one of you people into it, and just drag you along in the car for a while. And I bet when I got, even if I took you to a place you might like, you probably wouldn't be happy with me. So you got to work them. Hey, hey, hey! No, we're not going to do that. All right, I'll pull it up so you can see him, so you won't do that. There's a KK under there, and you can't bite through the thing, okay? You might hurt the KK. No, you're not walking on him. No, walking on KK. Be nice. Cleaning is fine. Don't. You're getting too now. Calm down. Just too animated. Calm down a bit. Calm down. All right, that's better. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So you can start by putting the carrier down, opening the door, and having them. If they're afraid of it, you can have the bird sit over on a perch, not too far from it. Then put a treat a little ways from the perch, and slowly put treats closer and closer and closer until it's at the door, and then go inside. It might go faster than that, but that's the general idea: to get them to walk into the crate, knowing there's going to be a treat, and then if you practice, then you can close the door and talk to them and hand a treat through the door, and play that game until they're used to the carrier. It's a lot easier if they're not going to be upset by the carrier too. So, and then once they're like that, then you can you know pop them in the car and go around the block. If it's not too hot outside or something. Go around the block, or first you go around the block, then you might go a little bit farther, and a little bit farther until they get used to the rough duration of the trip to the veterinarian. So it can't hurt to bring a toy or something they're used to playing with or something they feel good around. Yep. Are you asking for trouble down there? Fighting trouble? Are you? Uh, you'll have some lady fingers you can bite later. I bet you could get her through a towel if you really wanted to. This one, I'll try to keep you calm. She's good with male doctors. She's never seen a female doctor, so I don't know what to do. She tries to entice women to put the
Don, are you
Dawn, are you
there?
there?
Hello?
Hello?
I would
I
talk
would
a
talk
bit,
a bit,
but it
but it
just
just
echoes.
echoes.
Test, test, test. Echo, echo, echo. Okay, now at least I do not have any echo. We just cannot hear Dawn. So let's just watch the birds. Okay, I think Dawn realized somehow that we cannot hear him. I just called him, but I'm not sure if he could hear me. He might have issues with his in-ears. He had some problems with them before we started the live stream, actually. So let's see. I don't have any funny thing to read from the chat, but I can greet Sunderbing. Welcome, Sunderbing. Yeah, and I hope you all have a good time. Let's see how things work out. Hey, Don, say something. Oh, at least we can see Cecil. Or is it KK? Might also be KK. It's probably. Is it KK? At least we can hear something. What a pity when you are basically the owner of the stream and nobody can hear you. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but my mic. Hello? Don? No, just see the sugar bird, jasmine bird. Yeah, probably you're right, Thunderbing. Probably Babalu chewed the internet connection because he
Hello.
doesn't want that. Hello.
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 Yeah, they updated their app. That's typical, right? Pippa, move. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, you're a little
Yeah.
bit calmer than before. But
Yeah.
other
Well, that's it. Won't pick up the Bluetooth now, so I'm stuck with using the microphone on the phone. So,
all right, we don't
and I
bother.
had
I try to speak
I
a little bit calmer so everybody can basically go up with its audio.
Pippa.
So thanks everybody who has waited. Sorry for the technical issues. Pippa came over to solve it. You're a good girl, Pip. When we have technical difficulties, it's most of the time Pippa who runs over to solve it. She's the tech bird of the folk.
She is. She's the Steve Jobs of the flock. Okay.
She also likes to sit on Dom's shoulder when he does work on the computer. She's a good
Double.
Pippa girl. Pippa.
Is the sound any better now? I'm put it on automatic.
It's okay. So I can understand you, and I guess the people in the live stream can too.
I have to keep this silly phone next to my face. That's what happens whenever they update something. You know, oh, it's so much better. We've improved it, and then you get blown out of your stream. And right, Pippa?
Yeah, you were suddenly we couldn't hear you anymore, and then I myself had an echo, but that was then after 2 or 3 minutes gone. So I just talked on. Oh, we have a question. How hot is it there? Don, what's the temperature today?
92 Fahrenheit.
Lovely.
Well, I got this. I had this notice on my phone from 3 different weather apps saying, "Oh, intense heat, intense heat." And then I looked at it and I went, 92? That's intense heat, really? Do they know where I live? Yeah, I guess in most places it would be. So, did I think to bring any paper towels with me? No. Of course not. Cecil, stop it, you little toad. Cecil. Ah, you little monster. You little monster. You're a cute monster, though, aren't you? Yeah. Thank you. That's just what I wanted. I haven't petted you, so you pooped on me. That figures.
That looks like a bottle opener.
Hey, no, you're gonna bite me with that thing. He always tries to put that up against you to try to adjust it, and when he does that, he catches your skin. So you've got to be careful about it. He's not trying to bite you. He wants to get a better grip on what he's holding, and he puts it up against your arm to do it. And then your arm gets in there. Yeah, it does. It does, doesn't it? Cecil. Let me try switching the camera. That's always fun. They do all these updates, right? And they don't update the most important thing, which is the ability to switch your cameras without having to go through a whole bunch of screens to do it. So that's what he's hitting me with. It doesn't have the bolt in it like it did before. So you are just a real pest today. You know that. I'll sick Pippa. I'll sick Pippa on you. I'll sick Pippa on you. What are you doing? What are you doing with that thing? Oh sugar. Oh sugar.
What a good sugary burp.
Well, I think you heard. Fortunately, I said most of what I wanted to say in the beginning before we lost it. I know.
I think we lost you for quite a while. I think
Uh,
you talked happily 5 minutes along until you realized. I don't know. I wrote you messages on StreamYard, YouTube, and FaceTime. And as you didn't respond and nothing changed, I even called you in.
well, it was the call that got through me. I don't see any of the things you're talking about. They don't pop up for me. So probably the best way is just to FaceTime me to get me to realize what's going on. Yeah, there's
That's
no
what
way
I did.
to show there was any kind of problem. It doesn't show the microphone whether it's working or not. So it should. It has the ability to do screen. Does it? So I'll write them a nice long note about the problems with this stream, and their update was not good. I'll do it politely, but Cecil, you nut, you're going to kill me with that thing.
So, welcome to Giselle Loves New York.
Hi, Giselle. Yep. Cecil, I would like not to get these glasses scratched, okay? Okay? I mean it. I mean it. I'll tickle you. I'll tickle you. You want to get tickled? You want to get tickled? I'll tickle you. Quite the threat, isn't it? I'll tickle her.
And welcome Rosebud Atkins saying I dozed off waiting for live. I know that. Then we received a donation from Sunderbing, about $5. So thank you so much for that. So
Thank
that
you.
means you deserve a video.
Yeah, you got to get Cecil off my arm first. Cecil, let me
So
get.
I started.
He's got a hold of my arm. Thank you. Cecil heard the bird sounds on here and he just stopped. What's going on? Where's that coming from? Didn't you? Didn't you, Cecil? You like those visits to the vet, don't you? You like going to the vet. Yeah. Get you out and about. Well, here they come to us. Well, we can go there, but 12 at one time is a little tough to do. Yeah, the other vet that we went to see that one time for Pippa, that's a 3-hour trip, but not like going all the way to San Diego. That's 12 hours back and forth. But he wanted me to cart all the birds up there at once. I can't do that. And I can't do one at a time. That's 4 hours out of my day. It's going to bed at 1 o'clock at night. That's no fun. What are you doing? doing? Ah, how was my nose? I know it's a big target, but still. Let's choose something that's a smaller target. What are you doing over there, KK the bird? Oh, let me go through this long process to switch cameras here. Hi, KK. You came out. You came out. Cecil, you're making the camera vibrate. Is it beat up on Dad Day? Is that what it is? And then Lucy's hanging over there. She's about ready to do her pretty bird. And Sugar's wondering why I'm not petting her. I know, but I've got this monster on my arm. I've got this monster on my arm. He won't let go of my arm. Yes. Oh. Boy, he's really full of it today, huh? Pea and vinegar, is that what you got going in you? My dad would say. A little stronger words, though, but. Take out. You do some veterinary behaviors. There's the wing. Good boy. How about the other wing? Can we do the other wing? Oh, we can. Oh, both wings at once. Good boy. Boy. Cecil. Darn it. You're making it difficult for me to do this. You little monster. You're good. Come on, you can bend it. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were there. Hi, Pippa. Hi! That's enough of that. He slicked me with that thing.
I think Jasmine has put herself into time mode again. Or was that Cecil in that cage? I saw a bird on the left side in the cage.
Oh, yeah, it's Jazz. KK, what are you doing? No, you don't want to go under that one. No, you're not going under there. Pretty bird? Oh, it is pretty bird time, huh? Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
They all work together. While Lucy demands attention, KK chews the wall secretly. And Thunderbing wants to know, is Mando there today? I think he's not in the room today. Or is
No,
he?
Snowball's in
No.
here. He doesn't want to be around Snowball.
Okay.
And Snowball's just a voyeur. He just looks at him, but that's too much for Mander, so. No, he doesn't become an issue with birds until I'm starting to let everybody out. And I've got to get him out first or second bird, so usually second bird he comes out. He's good about it. As long as I give him a frisbee or two in his cage once he goes in. Yeah, they all have their special requirements, right?
Now I understand. Here in chat, some people write, that one of our banners is outdated, and Giselle says there was a comment coming across sending stars for an urgent move to Arizona. Yeah, I think that's an old one from Facebook.
That's
And
I have tried to change that several times and it just reverts. Those people at Meta don't have an idea how to code anything.
yeah, might have also to do with the change they did here in StreamYard that they suddenly have put it in. Since I actually could see it here in the messages, but it didn't show up on the messages here, so I couldn't delete it or have no mean to delete it. So
No, you
we
can't
need
do it.
to go trouble hunting later after the stream. So sorry for the confusion. And thanks for the heads up, Eleanor and Giselle.
Yeah, Zuckerberg, remember when he designed Facebook, it was to show college girls at his school. That was his original design for it. So as far as the platform goes, it's terrible. But I'm on. We're on Facebook, but I'm not. You know, I don't like Facebook at all, and I can't get rid of it. I've changed it, and it comes right back. It doesn't matter how many times I change it. It just pops right back up with a stupid Arizona comment. So
Mm,
that's 2 years I've been trying to change it. I just finally, I actually haven't tried lately. I don't care. They can keep saying that until the end of time. I'm done. I'm done fighting Facebook over it. What are you doing? Oh, you took just that part of the toy, huh? Yeah, it's irritating that that comes up, but they used to have in the circus. There used to be a place where they'd have somebody where you could dunk them right. And you threw something, and if you hit the target right, then the person would be dunked into water. I would love to be there with Zuckerberg and be doing that. I would become the most expert at being able to hit that little target, so he would get in the water, ice cold water. What are you doing? Are you dancing over there? Pretty bird. You want over, pretty bird? Will you take my hand if I put it out? Usually you won't. Come on. No, first time she won't come over. Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
that's so cute. I'm melting.
She is such a good girl.
She's such a pretty bird.
That would be
Oh,
something.
my Lizzie.
We could give a prize to somebody that could get her out of her cage by just talking to her. It doesn't work. I have tricks that I use to have to get her moving, and then I have to wiggle my fingers, and then she comes after my hand, and then I put my, I have her climb up on my hand. But just talking to her, you can't get her out of her cage. She just won't come out. Open the door when you're doing like putting in new food and stuff. Then she'll climb out and get on top of her cage when you're not looking. That's one way you could do it. But and she doesn't do anything. She'll just sit on top of her cage. She won't go anywhere. Well, she likes doing that. I let her sit on top of the cage for a while sometimes. But, yeah. Not enough? Is that where you grunted at me? It's not enough? Silly girl. Sure. A pretty bird. Yes, you are a pretty bird. To her, that doesn't mean pretty bird, though. That means I want something. Right now, she wants to come over, but she isn't sure she wants to step up to do it. So, can't make up your mind? You can't make up your mind? Lucy. Pretty girl.
I wonder if she starts pretty birding when the vet is coming. Well, Lucy,
Probably not, but she might. If she wants something from the vet, she will. Only does it when she wants something. Cook up popcorn. Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
I wonder which bird will reach their best form. Probably KK will go into chatter mode. Of course, Babaloo. Babaloo will be smitten.
Oh, he'll be talking in his high voice. Hello, Bob. Bob. Hello, Bob.
That's so sweet.
He's only done that to me a couple of times. Most of the time, he talks to me in that low voice, the demanding voice. His mate voice. But when he sees a new person, it's hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hello, Bob.
Oh my.
Ready, Bird? Are you gonna come over now? You gonna come over? Not yet. Not
Do you
yet.
think Sugar will be nice to the vet?
Not at first. Give her a little bit of time. She'd be one of the last birds to be examined, I think. She has to kind of get used to the idea that someone's not trying to take me away from her. So I tried twice. What am I supposed to do? Keep trying? I know you want
I
Oprah.
wonder if Jasmine starts speaking English again.
She might. I probably should have a camera, but I don't think the vet would like that. Because she probably will. If there's somebody new, she talks. Right now, she has no head, though.
Oh, not in a moment.
Oh, there it is.
Maybe we end the live stream with a last question from Thunderbing. On average, how many hours a day does the flock sleep?
They get 9 to 10 hours. There's no
Night
way.
sleep.
Yeah, I can't. Well, that's when night sleep, right? When the lights are out, and that depends on how much work I have to do. I have to do things before they go to bed. So, and if I'm up and moving around, even in the other room, which I don't have that much to do except clean dishes and cook in that room, they won't sleep. So I can make it dark in there, but it doesn't make a difference. If I make a noise, they stay awake. Once it gets quiet and dark, then you can hear the beaks grinding. Then they go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And during the day, they do naps.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you've seen them. You've seen them in here. They nap. They get their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they have to get that continuous sleep, but I don't know that the amount of sleep that we're being told they need is necessarily true, but I can't give them that much. Not when I'm trying to do everything pretty much by myself. I can't. Too much to do. Cages to clean, bowls to clean, birds to socialize. But thank you guys for being here. It's about that time, and I got a vet showing up in an hour, so
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the live stream, Don. And good luck with the vet and the birds. Birdies behave.
Yeah, they will. They're good birds. Thank
Show
you.
your good side. So thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks
Hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.